What will the fashion trends be like this 2020? Well, joining us right now, we have fashion designer Jingay Serag from the Fashion Design and Merchandising Program of the De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Good morning, Jingay. Thank you so much. We do need this as we start 2020. So first up, what is the general forecast? First off, for women, kasi mas mahaba yun.
For women, right now, the biggest trend really is we'd like the whole boxy feel. Comfort is in for both men and women. So, tailored is in. We've seen that in 2019. Going to 2020, it's the same, except that it's just more comfortable. So we look at fabrication this time, right? It'd be more cotton, linen, but then will always be structured and off the body.
Okay.
In the line of leisure wear and comfort, athleisure will still be big. So oversized dressing will also have a lot of the rugby looks. That would be a new one. When it comes to shoes, we've seen the whole sneaker trend. So this
Will
time,
it still be in? No more
it's
na?
going to be
Okay.
still here. It's going to stay for sure with all the collaborations that we have with brands like Nike, Adidas, and all of the designer brands. But for this time, it's going to be more into brogues. We'll get into more of the menswear, shoes worn by women.
And so look at the menswear. So is that what we can expect more? It's like the loose, long.
But tailored, if you look at
Tailored.
it. There's a certain level of dapper look into the whole feel would be relaxed.
And so for the men, it's the same as the women. Also the boxy, the relaxed.
Yes, but I think women are more experimental. I think comfort is key for 2020.
All right.
So for women, you'd see bigger
yung mga
sleeves.
leather. We see a lot of the leather that we saw late last year. It will still be.
Yes. We will see a lot of upcycling. I think the direction is being more consensus. So you'll see a lot of upcycling, you'll see a lot of surface treatment. There will be pieces that would be off the rack but are one-off piece feels. So you'd see that, you know, I have it, I probably got it from several designers, and then another designer would put them together, and then it would be a one-off piece for you.
So one-off pieces, local would also still be in. I mean, we saw a lot of that in like past 2018, past few years, 2019, still continuing.
And stronger for this year. Because we're going back to the whole handmade, the whole idea of upcycling, and also the idea of using classic treatments. When I talk about classic treatments, let's talk about embroidery. We'll talk about redoing leather, making it feel like it's relaxed. All these are all classic treatments, but then the embellishments are more dense. So you'll see like big embroidery like chinoisera, and then you'll see a lot of leather which are more patched together. So a lot of surface treatment and embellishments.
Okay, how about in terms of maybe designs? Are we looking at more floral, stripes, or even some of the colors that we can expect for this year?
Well, the color for this year really is the classic blue.
Okay.
One thing that's great about classic blue coming with the new decade is it's a transition color. If you're not really into big trends and you want to wear something that's, you know, something you just want to try. So you wear your jeans, which is a classic blue, and then you have your white shirt.
But so if it's a safer color, it's a safer.
It's a comfort color. Okay. So you can wear the whole technology right now. You want to do 3D printing, you have a big jacket, but you wear jeans, right? It gives you that level of comfort. So it's nice to transition this year with a color like classic blue as your Pantone color of the year.
Is it, aside from blue, are there any other like secondary colors, or are we just looking at the classic blue for 20?
It's the same thing for 2020. We're ushering in the 1990s, the 1970s, and the 1980s. So when we talk about 1980s, the color are strong. When we say that, you know, we've seen the neons, but this time it's more techno. So the colors are like bio lime, things like that, or a flashier fuchsia. Those are the colors for the strong colors. We're also seeing a lot of animal prints.
Still?
Yes. And it also coincides with the 1970s because it's a muted brown. But then you look at the relaxed, tailored feel that I said.
So going back, so 1970s is coming back in 2020, and the 70s would be what? Like the flare?
The flare
what are
jeans.
The styles? Flare
you
jeans.
would see the flare jeans right now. You would see either high waist
Still
or
the
really,
crop? Okay.
or really low waist. It's coming back. So yeah, prepare all your belly buttons, I'd say.
Okay, and then the shoes for the ladies. You mentioned a little bit about the sneakers and maybe bulkier wear for men. For the ladies as well? Or?
Yeah, we've been adapting the whole sneaker, daddy shoes and all that. So when it comes to shoes, we'll see more androgynous. We'll see the brogues, the platforms. Those are all coming back as well.
The mules, the mga dainties, what?
It will
for
always
the girly
be there.
girlies.
I think for the girly girlies, we have the bias dressing, like the slinky satin dress. We also have a lot of the whole 80s feel, wherein it's like a satin, shiny feel. So that also coincides with the shoes. So you'd see a lot of mules, which would shiny fabric. So those are also
okay. I like the mules. I like the girly stuff. How about accessories? Where does that fall in for 2020?
For both embellishment, surface design, pearls are in.
Pearls are in. Okay.
We'll see those in jackets. We'll see those as oversized big accessories of pearls. So pearls are really in right now.
Okay, so we have the pearls, and then we do have the boxy, more leisure type fit, and there you can see like the embellishments once it comes to the shoes.
Yes.
And the mules. There's a different texture. How about in terms of like, are you also into like hair color and hair stuff, or is it pretty much just for the fashion?
Yeah, I think right now when it comes to for experimenting, hair, makeup, it's all in.
Okay, so anything, whatever goes, whatever.
Yes, bobs are in because it's 1970s,
okay.
right? So we'll see all of those. Even the color, the way we do our natural makeup right now, it will be bigger. It's not as flat as before.
Okay, so with that, what are the other staple pieces that we can actually keep and make it still be fashionable for 2020?
I mentioned in line with the classic blue jeans will always be in. Any tailored piece that you have.
Pero yung jeans pa flare, right? Wala na yung skinny.
Yes.
Or will we still be seeing a lot of the skinny jeans?
I don't think it's a bad idea to have skinny, but flares are really coming in. Anything that has to do with the 70s. Remember when we were in the 90s, there's always that flare of 70s? It's the same thing, it's coming back. The only difference right now is the idea that people are more into upcycling, so they get something that's old. But then technology is really the way of the next decade. You'll see a lot of 3D printing, you'll see a lot of embellishments, old materials, and then they're going to be printed with something new. So technology, including the hardware that you use, these are all going to be new.
Okay, so maybe it's also things that we can find in our closet and just make ourselves. I mean, just add a little, as you saying, embellishments.
That's true.
A little stuff. Thank you so much for
Thank you
shedding
for
some
having
light
us.